KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson, gold sponsor of the 2018 Micro Games in Yap. The all-new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedido. Always open, always local.
Oh, Maria, Maria, you left us with so many stories. The aftermath from the tropical storm coming up on prime time. Plus tonight, the Guam Election Commission meets to mull over a complaint involving a candidate for lieutenant governor. Chris Barnett has more on that discussion. And we've also got new details on the prison murder case, as the defendants are just days away from going to trial. And with that, we say hafaday and good evening to all of our viewers all over the world, and shout out to Carlos Santana, because Tropical Storm Maria has blown past Guam, and it did so overnight, bringing heavy winds and rain. Now, while it wasn't what many might consider a strong disturbance by Guam standards, it was still enough to black out the entire island. Crews from the Power Authority were out early Thursday morning working to turn the lights back on in island neighborhoods. Nestor Lecanto was there.
It was all hands on deck for the Power Authority. The emergency restoration effort was in full swing when we caught up with a line crew heading toward Jigo, one of the hardest hit by the storm. The crews are in constant contact with GPA dispatch, which coordinates where to respond to next. We followed them first to a neighborhood next to Paradise Estates, where the crew flipped the switch on a feeder line. Next, we headed further north to the intersection of Marine Corps Drive and Gadjanero Road, where the crew went to restore power to a busy traffic light. But first, they had to clear away the downed vegetation pulling down the line. Once done here, the crew is on to the next assignment, working as quickly and safely as possible, because at times the lines are still live. GPA Communications Manager Art Paris says crews are dispatched first to areas where there are major circuit outages.
Once that circuit is restored, they troubleshoot, observe lines to see if any vegetation, if there's any brownouts, any low voltage conditions that they can attend to right away. They can do so while they're on site along the trouble calls that we receive via Facebook or via our trouble dispatch line.
GPA is not sure yet what caused the island-wide outage. Paris says they are still reviewing what may have happened. He declined comment on the wind strength or what else may have caused the generation system to trip. He says a full explanation should be available next week. For now,
any generator that can be brought online is online to supporting the grid and its power requirements. But right now, we need to restore our elements of our transmission distribution system to get the power where it needs to go at residences and businesses.
GPA thanks its customers for their patience and says to keep the troubled reports coming. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Obviously, the good folks at GPA working hard today, and as of 5 p.m. today, GPA reported that it was currently at 84% power restoration. Line crews are still working in Barragata by Carbolito Elementary toward Cañada Barragata. Also up in Jigo along Talanachance, over in Agate near Pagachao area near Umatic Village, over in Nimitz Hill in PD towards Maina, and Ipao Road over in Tamuning. Now, one caller even reported an outage along Cutpos and Chalancareta over in Mangilao. GPA says they will continue to work until the entire island has electricity. Elsewhere tonight, the tropical storm warning was, of course, canceled for Guam around 2:30 this afternoon. And although we can expect more rain through the evening as Tropical Storm Maria tracks further away from our area, the cancellation definitely offered some relief for many who spent their post-Independence Day cleaning up the mess Maria left behind. Carmen Chalahi has more in our next report.
The morning after the storm, we caught up with some of Guam's residents cleaning up debris left in the passing of Tropical Storm Maria.
We covered the kitchen area. Yeah, but this morning it was the tarp tore up. We got everything prepared before it hit us, but it wasn't that bad.
The major impact from the storm may be over for the island, but residents like Julie Pangilinan are now left picking up the pieces. The strong winds blowing her tin roof to her home completely off.
My grandchildren's room is the one that's really damaged. Our storage that we had valuable stuffs in it are all wet. My husband's crops are all damaged. We have a major flood inside. And even our little baby was terrified last night. She was really crying. She was scared of the tins.
Pangalinan's granddaughters were staying in the room when they awoke to a soaking wet mattress and more than half of their clothes drenched in rainwater. The family quickly moving the two girls to a safer place. No casualties or injuries were reported during the storm. Pangilinan thankful, but hoping to get help to fix her roof.
You can never predict a storm. You know, only Mother Nature up there knows what's going to happen. When I looked out, I said, no, this is a typhoon, not a tropical depression.
Elsewhere, residents across the island felt the effects of the storm, with trees blocking roadways, the closure of Cross Island Road, and water was reportedly seeping through the Department of Revenue and Tax. Not to mention, GovGuam agencies were closed most of the day. Pangilinan saying she really didn't expect the wind to be this damaging.
We survived how many typhoons? This is the first one that just blew our house. It really hurts to see our damages, but let's all be happy and, you know, just see what we can do and bring back our life the way it used to be.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Turlahi.
All right, thanks so much, Carm. DOE's also confirmed the classes for summer school resume Friday morning. Makeup day is July 18th. Summer school for high schoolers will resume as scheduled on July the 10th. In other island news headlines tonight, we have new details into the December 2017 murder in prison. Now, just days ahead of trial, court filings have revealed motive, timing, and even how the evidence was destroyed. Crystal Paco has more.
For hours leading up to his death at the Hagutnya lockup, DOC detainee Idrit Manson Isar endured multiple beatings before he was reportedly raped. But it appears he may not have been the only target. Court filings this week reveal Isar was just one of 3 men to be attacked. Though KUAM won't reveal the others' identities, all 3 detainees were in jail, charged with criminal sexual conduct, what one witness says was frowned upon at DOC. This same witness told police, quote, "The beatdown for the 3 was sent by someone at the Big House in Mangilao," referring to the main DOC facility in Mangilao, end quote. But that's not all. Supplemental police reports identify a gang known as the Ring Reps. These men told others to remain on their best behavior so they could get their Christmas drop. That's when detainees are given holiday gifts from loved ones. That day was December 28th. The following day, Isar was found dead in his jail cell. Though the scene was cleaned when authorities arrived, earlier court filings revealed Isar had urinated and defecated on himself. His cellmates reportedly changed his clothes and didn't tell corrections officers in fear they'd be targeted next. So where did this evidence go? Another witness told police, quote, "No one would check the washer and dryer on the federal side," end quote. These police reports were attached to defense's motion for clarification relative to viewing the crime scene. On Tuesday, defendants and their attorneys were able to view the holding cells at the Judiciary of Guam. This is where the beatings reportedly started. According to an interview with cooperating witness Jackstino Cose, quote, "There was a blind spot where the marshals cannot see," end quote. Cose also told police he was the lookout when the beatings occurred at the Hagutnya lockup. Though he was arrested in this case, Cose was not charged. On Friday, parties are anticipated to view the Hagutnya lockup scene. Set to face a jury in this case are Marvin Retcham, Isler Miller, Benster Benjamin, Ayla Cimarron, Jeremiah Zaki, Vincent Minicio, and Andrew Rios Jr. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Crystal, thanks so much. In other news tonight, the Dededo Mayor's office has started collections for the family of 8 who lost everything in a house fire on Tuesday night. 4 adults and 4 kids lived in the wood and tin home located along Talanatibo in Dededo. And although the family believes the fire was set intentionally, the Guam Fire Department has yet to determine exactly what sparked the flames. If you and your family would like to help with donations of clothes, other immediate needs, keep in mind there are 2 adult women ages 29 and 51, along with 2 adult men aged 32 and 58. 3 young girls are aged 7, 4, and 1, as well as a boy who is 10 years old. You can call the Dededo Mayor's office for more information. That number is 632-5203. Number once again, 632-5203. We've also been able to confirm the American Red Cross provided lodging for the family during Tropical Storm Maria. Well, elsewhere, a complaint before the Guam Election Commission alleging DOE head John Fernandez broke the law when he fired Lieutenant Governor candidate David Cruz. Today, the GEC sifted through almost 200 pages of subpoenaed documents and made a decision on the complaint. Chris Barnett has that story.
An election like no other. Decision 2018, closer to full steam ahead as another controversial issue sits before the Guam Election Commission Board. This time, the GEC board reviewing subpoena documents from DOE and Rodriguez Cruz campaign LT candidate David Cruz. After a complaint was sent to the GEC from former Senator Bob Klitsky alleging DOE Superintendent John Fernandez broke the law when he fired Senator Dennis Rodriguez's running mate, the board subpoenaed documents from Fernandez and Cruz. Over 170 pages of internal DOE information, various WhatsApp messages, and email correspondence between Fernandez and Cruz passed out to board members. The board then taking time to review these documents to see if there was anything to show John Fernandez broke election law. The law in question, 3 GCA Section 8202, which says no person shall directly or indirectly use money or any other valuable offer in consideration of a person withdrawing as a candidate. Basically, did the superintendent hold David Cruz's $124,000 a year contract over his head as a way to make him withdraw from the gubernatorial race? Breaking this law, a felony offense.
Based on my review of the documents provided by Superintendent Fernandez and Mr. David Cruz, right, that Mr. Fernandez did not violate Section 8202.
Long story short, Superintendent John Fernandez did not break the law. The board agreeing with the chair in a unanimous vote saying Fernandez did have a tough choice, but he was complying with the law and advice from Guam's top legal officer, Attorney General Elizabeth Barrett Anderson, when he terminated David Cruz. The AG saying Cruz not able to hold on to his DOE job while he's running for political office. Cruz did not return messages from KUAM for comment today, and since the board voted on the matter and resolved it, Fernandez and Cruz will not have to appear before the GEC. The Rodriguez Cruz campaign politicizing the issue in a statement released after Fernandez informed Cruz that his contract did not allow him to run for office while employed as a ROTC instructor at JFK High School. The campaign at the time said Cruz was going to be fired for his, quote, political affiliation and that he was, quote, given an ultimatum by Fernandez, quit the campaign or quit DOE. But the GEC board disagreed with that statement, according to GEC Director Maria Pangilinan.
There was a choice given. It wasn't an ultimatum.
Klitsky will be notified of the board's resolution of his complaint. The complaint is one of several the GEC has had to address this election season, and Pangilinan agrees this election is in a class of its own.
Chris, you're right in that the Guam Election Commission has probably not seen this many, has not had to address this many issues before the election.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Chris also adds that it was also revealed during the meeting that ballots will be sent from the GEC's ballot vendor in the states. All told, Decision 2018 is ready to go with an official tally so far of better than 51,300 registered voters. All right, everybody, we are just getting started. Primetime continues right after this. Keep watching and keep streaming. We are back when we return.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy. To the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
On my last day at the court, I was presented this jar of Post-its. During the presentation, they said, Josh, we asked every single employee to write down a word that best describes you. They must really believe it's an important thing that they need to share with me. So it's quite humbling when you see, what people think of you. Professional, leadership, visionary, articulate, dedicated, admirable, caring. It meant to me that people that worked for me were very happy with my leadership. They were very thankful for my leadership, and they were impacted by my leadership. I want to serve as a lieutenant governor because the skill sets, my experiences, and my energy, and this is an opportunity for me to help push a vision. That's the reason why I'm willing to take a risk and run for office.
In this divided world, there are still things that unite us. Great music, thrilling games, and the love for that perfect burger. Ruby Tuesday Guam, for the love of burgers menu. For a limited time, get an amazing burger for just $11.99. Lunchtime at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
You guys just set it back there.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
Half a day, my friends, and welcome back to Prime Time on KUAM TV and Facebook. Are they just going through the motions is a question tonight, because underway at the legislature, a public hearing is going on the governor's bill to prioritize the spending of the proceeds of the general sales tax. One problem, the tax was repealed by the legislature on Monday. Bill 1, introduced at the behest of the governor, is an act to require the hospital to first use the tax money to correct the deficiencies identified in the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and Joint Commission reports. Now, in theory, the measure can still be amended to identify a different revenue source. Both the governor and the hospital have warned senators about the potential severe consequences of GMH not receiving any additional funding. Speaking of GMH, that agency was issued an unmodified clean opinion by independent auditor Deloitte & Touche for fiscal year 2017 statements and compliance for major federal programs. Yet the report released by the Guam OPA shows the hospital closed fiscal 2017 with nearly $2 million in decreases in net losses. GMH's expenses operating revenues dropped by some $6.7 million due to decreases in Medicaid patient service revenue, and transfers from GovGuam went down by nearly $44.5 million due to the decreases in appropriation or subsidy. Those specifically include the Section 30 Bond Fund, Healthy Futures Fund, and the General Fund. The report states GMH is in constant need of government subsidy, and even with the clean opinions, the independent auditors identified a material weakness concerning the hospital's patient receivables. If you'd like to read the audit, it's available at opaguam.org. While our island community is getting more than $2.4 million in grant funding for fiscal year 2018, with which to help support numerous projects. DOI Assistant Secretary of Insular and Internal Affairs, Doug Domenech, announced the award this week. About $500,000 is going to be spent on training more than 100 students at the Guam Trades Academy, another $500,000 for tourism, travel, and culinary arts programs for scholarships and students at GCC, with more than $400,000 to conduct a 2018 household income expenditure survey, and a cool $100,000 for employee training at the Guam Environmental Public Health Laboratory. The funding will also go to the Office of Technology, the Police Department's K-9 units, the Waterworks Authority's operations and maintenance training, updates to DOE 10-year capital facilities master plan, and towards the Department of Administration projects and training. We've got sports coming up, but first, here's a look at what continues to go on with your Islandwood.
Introducing the Alpha Plus app. With the rewards feature, you can earn points and get free rewards. Filing insurance claims gets no easier, as you can receive feedback within 24 hours. Easily check your insurance balance and insurance policy with the My Policy feature. So download the all-new Alpha Plus app on Google Play or the App Store. Alpha Plus, make every day a plus.
Are Mom and Dad here yet?
Not yet. We didn't get our lane.
We gotta stop for cash. I forgot my card.
Just use your phone.
Right. Forgot your Bank of Hawaii debit card? No problem, because now you can get cash with your phone with cardless cash from Bank of Hawaii. Introducing Cardless Cash. Download the Bank of Hawaii app today. Welcome to tomorrow.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports, brought to you by Triple J. I have some soccer news on the way, but first off, a look at our women's national basketball team as they prepare to defend their gold medal at this year's Micro Games in Yap. Check it out. Our women's national basketball team leaves Island July 14th, with competition scheduled to start July 16th in Yap. Guam assembled a squad built on speed and experience. Team Guam defeated the Marshall Islands last Micro Games for the gold medal by over 40-plus points.
I thought they were the best team out there other than us, obviously. It was pretty competitive for about maybe a half, and we made some adjustments at halftime, and we were able to separate ourselves like the rest of our games and win pretty handily. So we're pretty confident that we're going to go out there and probably do the same thing we did 4 years ago.
Destiny Castro, one of the returnees from the last Micro Games in 2014, says playing at Chaminade University in Hawaii has helped her confidence in shooting the basketball. Her strength and conditioning has also increased, but it's the physicality of the games that she is most prepared for.
So yeah, the Micro Games are probably one of the most physical games I've been to. Physically, we got to be ready for it, but not scared of it. And I think our team's not going to be scared of it, of course, but we're just going to be ready to take it, let our bodies take it, and just be able to recover and get ready for the next game. Team Guam will rely on their speed, with recent high school graduates Chloe Miranda, Alicia Perez, and Rosita Duenas pushing the tempo. Mia San Nicolas is the only high school player on the team and will add presence in the middle for Team Guam.
This team doesn't have too many holes. It's one of the better teams I think we've assembled in a while. We definitely have a lot of speed, but as I've mentioned before, it's not only speed, but skill with speed. Being able to handle the ball, make good, quick decisions. The offensive system I've implemented is very loose and open, so it allows them to keep their individuality as skillful players and make decisions that are in the best interest of the team.
Destiny Castro, Joey Lynn Pangilinan, and Callie Beneventi bring collegiate experience to the team. Destiny, Callie, and teammate Christine Villena return to help defend their 2014 gold medal. Other veterans on the squad include team captain Darren Santos-Stinnett and Charisse Bolabola, who represented Guam at the 2015 Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea.
This year's games, I feel like it's more important than last year, so I feel since it's qualifiers for SPGs, I feel like everybody's going to try and bring their best. Yeah, we always have a target on our back, so we can't just expect to go there and win a gold medal when teams are going to come at us. So we got to play our best every game.
Coach Pelkey caught a little off guard after finding out the Micronesian Games Council decided to go with the FIBA ruling that the games will be used as a qualifier to get into the Pacific Games next year. The decision was made 2 months before the start of the Micro Games.
I think that's a little unfair to us, but at the same token, it is what it is. It's the rules we've been given. That's what we have to play by, and you know, I'm a little frustrated by it, but I highly intend on taking my frustrations out on the teams when we play in Yap.
Guam's Derek Cruz earned his AFC C license in 2016, and 2 years later he was selected by Guam Football Association to take part in the EAFF Youth Football Coaching course. In Beijing, China, the course is scheduled for late July, and Cruz looks to earn his AFC B license in a course set to begin in August. To learn more about GFA's coach education program, visit the GFA website at guamfa.com or email coacheducation@theguamfa.com. Keeping with soccer, Ukadu graduate Alexandra De Leon Guerrero received a partial tuition scholarship to play soccer for the University of Guam women's soccer team. De Leon Guerrero will suit up for the Lady Tritons for the 2018-2019 season, set to begin practice in August and begin play in September or early October. UOG is looking to move up to the Guam Football Association's Division I Women's League after playing 2 seasons in the W2 League. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
We're celebrating our 135th anniversary today, both in the outlying regions on which we hub and also here in Guam itself. It means so much to our team here in Guam. It means a lot to us in the Matson management team, because what it says is we're here to stay. It's a real physical manifestation of our commitment to this region. It's so important that we hire locally, we develop talent locally, we train locally. What's been a wonderful addition to our approach there is that many of the people who started off in Guam have gone off into significant leadership roles elsewhere in the company.
This is our headquarters here in Guam in Micronesia. And when we talk about putting down our roots, it's not just doing business, it's about everything we do with our friends, our customers, and our employees. I believe that nobody can replicate what we do, and that's why we have such a great team and such a great service and why we're successful. This is our home, this is our life, and we're happy to make a difference in everyone else's life.
Mary and Mark said they'll meet us there at 8 o'clock, okay?
What are you doing, hun?
I gotta be the faster draw tonight. They beat us to the bill last time, and we missed out on the 3% cash back. I got the skills to pay the bills.
This summer, the Bank of Guam Visa credit card gives you 3% cash back on all purchases. It's an offer so good, you'll be competing to pay the bill.
Your check.
The Visa credit card with 3% cash back this June, July, and August. Only at Bank of Guam. Terms and conditions apply. Bank of Guam, the People's Bank, member FDIC.
Check out Triple J's spectacular July deals going on now during the hot summer savings event. 0 down, 1.9% financing, and easy trade-in. Get into a 2018 Mazda 3 Sport for as low as $15,995. Or a big boy truck, the Ford F-150, starting at $298 per paycheck. Or the North American Car of the Year, the 2018 Honda Accord at only $206 per paycheck. Plus receive a free limited edition Liberation gift pack with every vehicle purchase. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Triple J Auto Group, customers first.
All right, we are going to put a bow on this newscast the very best way we know how. Here's tonight's birthday shoutouts. Now, despite the weather today, we are bringing some sunshine to today's Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club inductees. They are led off by Jericho Padilla. Happy birthday to our one and only Rico Suave. Keep singing your heart out. We love you forever, and may God continue to bless you. That's a nice message. Happy birthday number 25 to Ryan Cespedes. Baby Kate and family loves you. Happy birthday 21 to Jaron Ramon. We wish you many blessings, son. We love you. Say dad, mom, and your brothers. Also, happy birthday going out to Callan J. Cundiff. Happy birthday to Callan J. as well as Angel A.C. Sablan. And someone here at KUAM who we could not do the show without, our very own technical director, Pete Anderson. Happy birthday, number 22, Pete. Our Pete Anderson, forever young. All right, you too can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. 100% free, 100% fun. Just go to KUAM.com, fill out the form, send it off to us, and then tune in. It is that simple. All right, we got In the Mix coming up next. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.